Did You Have To is a proud member of the But Why Though podcast community.
Welcome back to Did You Have To, the podcast where two bad bitches talk about anime. And here are your hosts, Kate and Neysha. Yeah! Neysha's quirk, stress ball. By internalizing her stress about the world being in chaos and crime, she converts that stress into a superpower, becoming a badass. Kate's quirk, waifu warrior. By just watching her favorite shows, she can manifest real or fictional characters into the real thing. They come to life and fight by her side. Not every character does it, though. She has to find the individual really hot. Yeah!
Hey everyone, welcome back to Did You Have To? We're back from a kind of long hiatus. I don't know. Life's crazy. It's 2020 part 2. I'm Kate.
And I'm Neysha, part 2.
Longtemps.
Oh, de longtemps? I was like, what is the part 2?
The
Yes, but de longtemps. Hi, guys. Yes, sorry, we're back. It's been a while, but we still love y'all. And we hope y'all still love us and want to hear us talk about anime. So you want to tell the people what we're talking about today, Kate?
We have seen the glorious wonder that is Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba The Movie, Mugen Train.
Probably the longest hashtag I've ever seen for a movie. Ever.
So long.
Very long. But anyways, yes, love this movie so much. And I can't wait to talk about it with you because now Kate's going to read the manga.
Yes, I am. In fact, so we can get into this right off the bat. Like, one of the things we always talk about on our show is like adaptations from like the original source, and this is the first canon anime movie that I've seen in a long time that I can remember. This is adapting the Mugen Train arc in Demon Slayer, which I have found out now. I'm about at the point where Mugen Train happens. This series like thrives on small arcs. It's not like these giant sweeping ones that you get in like My Hero Academia and, or any other shonen, to be honest. And I picked up the manga because I was like, this movie was so good. I have to. And this is like, I was never like against Demon Slayer, but usually whatever the hot shonen is, I'm like, y'all can have it. Leave me alone. With the exception of Jujutsu Kaisen, because I was on that train like before the anime came out and crap. But
yeah.
But yeah, and then I had just seen so much of you, and then I don't know if she's listening, but she's your big sister on Twitter. I've seen you two go on and on about Demon Slayer and sing its praises, and she specifically has done some killer Demon Slayer makeup looks on her Instagram. So I'm like, you know what? I need to get on this. Also, the merch is cute as fuck, and I'm like, I can buy so much more merch now.
Honestly, though, y'all, first off, go follow your big sister. She's amazing. Love her. Love all of the anime looks that she does with the makeup. So yes, but
spell it out for everybody so they can go follow her.
Yes,
at YABIGSISTAH. She's amazing and probably one of the best follows you can have. She's real great.
She is. But also, I would love to know how to do makeup like that because I just can't do eyeshadow. I can't. Like, can I fly you out here? I'm gonna fly her out here.
It looks like I like put that on with like one of those big painter's brushes. Like, I get glitter everywhere. I smudge crap. Like,
it's the detail for me. I'm like, how do you get the little line to go around? Like, with such detail?
I struggle with cat eyes. I have done it once and it was for my Himiko Toga cosplay. I have never done it again. I've tried and I've come out looking a hot mess.
My cat eyes just turn into raccoon eyes. So I just be like a little bit more.
I will say the Mexicanness in me gave me very full eyebrows, so I don't usually have to do any of that because I'm very hairy. Thank you to my people. But yes, so away from makeup and
Mhm.
into the topic at hand.
Yes, back to this. Yeah, I'm very excited that you are now jumping into the Demon Slayer. I'm sorry, I don't care if people at me. I'm gonna refer to it as Demon Slayer from this point on, just because
No, ma'am,
I'm
you will say
tired.
Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba.
No, no, I won't. I will say Demon Slayer. But I'm very excited for you to get more into the manga, and then also season 2 is coming. That's been
I'm
announced.
real excited.
People are very excited because honestly, the next few arcs are like really dope, and I'm excited for people to see. I'm excited to see them animated. I'm excited for you, my best friend, to see how that stuff goes down in the anime. But yeah, it's the stuff is gonna get real.
I will say I am hoping. So I'm currently at this crisis point because
Mhm.
I'm excited for the anime. But now that I am caught up on My Hero, I do not like a lot of the choices that they have made for season 5 of My Hero Academia because they're changing some stuff out of order and don't like it.
See, I was gonna wait. I was gonna wait until like maybe that mid-season time when they got like a good chunk of like maybe 15 episodes out, and then, but like, yeah,
I'm 3 episodes in and like they lead with like the Todoroki family dinner like right off the bat and I'm like,
that's too soon.
Anyway, that makes me very scared
Mm-hmm.
to read up to that point. That said, reading what I did, and I guess it's like the thing is too, it's like with everything that I've read of My Hero, I thought that it was really well adapted for the first 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the first season of Demon Slayer was also really well adapted. So I'm hoping that I can give my faith to what Studio UFO Table, who's animating it. Cause it's gorgeous.
So something I've been hearing from other Demon Slayer fans that I think our listeners and you, now that you are going to like venture into the manga, will find interesting is that a lot of people, not a lot, some people did not care for the ending initially, but the creator did not have the time due to personal reasons to write and put everything in that they wanted to. This isn't any spoilers. So
Yeah.
now that they're doing re-releases, and again, this is me talking to other fans who like have access to stuff and news. They're saying that these releases will be expanded upon. So you're actually entering at a good point. So if they do actually do that and like expand upon the stuff that they didn't get to put in the first run, like I read all of Demon Slayer last year. Like, and now I'm reviewing the volumes as they come out from Viz Media for the website. So it's like kind of getting to like relive all those moments again. But I'm like, I'm kind of intrigued because like that would be very unique for like a creator to get the opportunity to go back and put the things that they wanted to have put into the series that they wanted to, because it's not unheard of that, like, as we know, when a series is rushed by a publisher or deadlines, or for whatever reason they have to rush the ending of the story, and then sometimes that doesn't translate well to the anime. But anyways, let's get into this review.
So this is going to be the start for our Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba the movie Mugen Train. And if you don't want to get spoiled, back on up now, because we're a spoiler train from this point forward, as we always are. Because I have so much to say.
Ooh, you have so much to say. I've been waiting to see this.
I know. So I will say, let's listen to you first because you've been waiting for this. I just came in like, hey guys, I'm here, and was weeping on my couch.
It's just one of those things. It's one of those, I keep fighting myself in this position in me and Kate's relationship of, I can't tell her when something's going to happen and I have to watch her experience it. And literally just like watch her experience the pain that I know she's going to have. But like,
So I do feel like this is a good plug for our summer reading program that we'll be doing.
oh yeah, it is.
Because me and Nisha will get to experience a manga for the first time together.
Mm-hmm.
For we are doing a Did You Have to summer reading, like remember if you're listening and you were little, did you ever take in like a little punch card to Pizza Hut, let them know that you finished something reading?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing, but we're doing it per 50 chapters of Haikyuu. We're
Yep.
going to aim to start it this summer, finish it in the summer, and we will have our wonderful team manager, Olive, who will be fact checking us to make sure that we actually read. Because as we go through each chapter, we will, in fact, be buying small personal pan pizzas.
Are we?
Yes, we are. We're going to do it. I'm going to get my stamp and then I'm going to walk my happy ass over to whatever pizza place and get a little pizza to eat.
Okay. I thought I was gonna be sending you a pizza. That's fine.
Oh, I mean, we could send each other pizza. If it's whoever, like, if you don't, okay. The rules
have to
are we gotta meet this. We're gonna set a deadline for
Yes.
each 50 chapter chunk. And if you don't meet it, buy the other person a pizza if they met it. And if we both meet it, we'll just buy ourselves our own pizzas.
I like that. I like that because of course me and Kate have to make something competitive.
Oh yeah.
But this is we
What are
thrive
other
off it.
friendships built on?
I don't know. Love and respect.
Ours is just bullying each other to greatness.
I'd rather have that. But no, I'm excited because this is fun. But also, like, I feel like audience listeners, y'all should join us in the manga summer reading program. If y'all have a manga that y'all keep putting off and saying you're gonna read it, you're gonna read it, you're gonna read it, now's your time to read it. You can, like, I don't know. We'll keep you guys up to date when we're reading it.
So I will make a blank summer reading program card. So I made
Oh, there you
one for
go.
Haikyuu specifically. I will make a blank one. I will attach it to the tweet for this episode. Download that. It will have six slots. Fill it in however you want to for whatever manga you want to read. And let's all do this together. I'm really
Yeah.
excited.
I am.
Watched. We had like one person.
Right.
But it was still more than two people is a community. So
You know what? That's true. It only takes where few are gathered and read manga together.
there are dozens of us.
But it will be cute. So yeah, no, if y'all can do that, and of course, we'd love to see your progress. So tag us, share it with us on Twitter or on Instagram. And I don't know, we love spreading the word of manga. So
Exactly. And that's our goal here. We want everybody, especially like the new weebs coming in who like
Mhm.
found it in quarantine. And I am in that category for manga because like I had been on anime but hadn't been there on manga. Like now is such a beautiful time to be a manga reader. I mean, I guess it's a beautiful time in that everything is selling out, but it's also a bad time in that everything is selling out. But hey,
Right.
Shonen Jump app exists.
Shonen Jump. You can also get Comixology Unlimited. Like, there's options.
Yes.
There's Prime reading. I just find out there is Prime.
Iznio, Mangamo, like there are a bunch of different apps that are coming
Mhm.
out. So join us, have fun with us, and just like remember everybody everybody enjoys these things and everybody deserves to enjoy it. So whether you're going to take down a mammoth like the 402 chapters of Haikyuu with us, or you're just going to go in for like 10 chapters of a recent one, just
Mhm.
join us and share your love, share the fun with us. Take pictures of little pizzas. That'd be great.
I mean, I do love. I love seeing pizza on the gram. So yes.
Oh, hell yeah. That's an instant like right there.
Automatic like. But yeah, y'all can keep an eye out for that soon and watch me and Kate trash talk each other to greatness
Oh yeah.
and pizza. But
There's pizza involved. I was already competitive, but now
there's
that there's
pizza
food.
in Haikyuu and like manga involved. This is going to be a great summer. Just but oh yeah, how we got there. Yeah, so having read this like 2 years ago, like the Mugen Train arc, and then when Kate started watching Demon Slayer, I was very excited because I'm like, oh, I want to talk about it with her, but I realized like, no, can't tell her anything that's going to happen yet or beyond season 1. So then we know Mugen Train's coming, and I'm like, can't say anything yet. Can't say anything yet. And then the thing happens. And yeah, Kate, what was your first feeling that you felt?
I fucking wept. I think I
Yeah.
messaged our sexy manga chat, and I was
Mhm.
like, I'm crying.
Yes.
I'm full on crying.
Yes.
I'm just sitting there on my couch because so for understanding, I got a screener from Funimation to screen, and I watched that bitch like 3 times.
It's amazing. It's worth watching 3 times. I can't stress this enough. It's a great. I actually went to a theater to watch it. I am vaccinated though.
My vaccination
I will
2
say that.
weeks is up. Not next week, but the week. No, next week. If it is still in theaters, I will go watch it. Damn it, because I need to, and it will be my 4th time.
I got real lucky. Nobody was there. Nobody was there, and I was just like, no offense to my people, the other weebs, but I was like, I'm glad none of y'all came. I had the whole place to myself.
Some weebs are nasty.
I mean, they are, but like some people in general are nasty. But like, yeah, no, it was nice to just be able to go to the theater and see it. Because oh my god, it's amazing to see on a huge screen. But yeah, so just like Kate, I wept when I read this, and I was kind of like torn on wanting to see this movie at first, because part of me is like, I know what's gonna happen. I don't want to feel sad again, but obviously I love this arc because, and for those of you who don't know we're talking about a major death that occurs.
Man, we already said we were on the spoiler train. Just talk about it.
Okay.
You can't dance around that part.
I
It's
know,
also like the most important part of the movie.
It is. I just don't want. I just feel sad. I don't want to say it out loud because then he's really dead.
Set your heart ablaze and move forward.
Really? You're gonna quote his words to me?
Tasty.
Tasty. Anyway, so by now y'all know we're talking of the flame Hashira, Rengoku. He died. He was murdered. But he goes out like in one of the most amazing ways, I think, that an anime character like him can go out. But it's like, also, this is the arc where he's introduced, like you really get to know him and fall in love with him as a character, and you see him and he's just like, I dare anyone to say that they do not feel inspired by this man when he's talking to them about anything. And then he dies.
He just kills him.
And then he just kills him. And then he just kills him. But yeah, it's like, even though like this is the arc where you met him before previously, earlier on in the series, when Tanjiro meets the other upper members of the Demon Slayer Corps. But then this is like the arc where you really get to know him. And then like kind of like what Kate said, this series does really thrive off of these smaller arcs in the series. And for the most part, when we get to this part, I feel like this is like one of the first arcs where like you see the pattern of Tanjiro meeting one of the upper ranked demon slayers, learning something from them, gaining some knowledge from them, and then applying that to himself, or bonding with them in some way. And I don't know, I didn't want him to die. It's like the Mufasa effect. I really just didn't want him to die, even though I knew he was going to die. But
yeah, and so for me, it was one of those where like I was immediately captivated by him because he just has a presence, and I don't know, part of me hates the trope of like super happy then super serious badass, but also part of me loves it. And like that's kind of like what Rengoku is. He has this joy and love for others that he channels into being a really good fighter. And there are 2 things happening in Demon Slayer when I watched it, and I wrote a piece on it, because like all of this arc, this movie it's about grief, and it's about being able to like live with your trauma and confront it. And like first you have Tanjiro who like because in the movie like they're on the train's had mysterious disappearances and because there's a demon and then the demon puts them all to sleep and the demon puts them into beautiful dreams like their idyllic states. That's where they have where they have wanted to be. And so for Tanjiro, it's his family is entirely alive, and Nezuko is a human. Nezuko is his Nezuko. Nezuko's who he remembered her as. And the entirety of the first half of the movie is Tanjiro having to accept his trauma. And nobody wants to go through trauma. But there I have a really hard time when people say, well, trauma can't make a character. And I was like, well, I have my trauma and I am who I am because of it. It doesn't define who I am, but it redefined who I was in those moments. And so watching Tanjiro decide to essentially leave the happiness and just like embrace the pain and embrace the grief and make the choice to leave his sister, who he's literally the entire manga is him on a quest to make her human again, abandon human her because he knows what he needs to do and he has to choose that pain. And the entire first part is him getting through that grief. Like that grief um doesn't stop him anymore. And then Rengoku dies and he's just like a mess on the floor and he's like every time I get through one wall, I hit another wall. And and they're like that entire sequence is like really powerful because he says I can hear my heroes on the other side, but I'm over here fumbling in the dark. And it's one of those moments where like it kind of reminds you that like sometimes like we experience moments of intense grief and sadness and it's not one and done. It can happen again and it doesn't matter if we built up a strength for the last one. It can still wound us and leave us terrified when it happens again. And it's a really beautiful kind of framing for Tanjiro as a shonen protagonist because he isn't just super strong perfect. He learned one thing and now he's realized that he's actually nothing in comparison to the demon that just killed Rengoku. Which I would like to say Rengoku would have killed that upper level demon if Rengoku hadn't used all of his power to save every person on that train and have it end with 0 casualties. He already expended all of his energy keeping people alive, and then he went and almost killed that demon. He had his head halfway off.
Literally held him. The man had a fist through his chest. He clenched his muscles so tight the demon could not move his arm. And then the fact that he had enough strength to hold his arm is like, I'm not letting you go. You can't go. And he's not I'm just like, this hurts seeing this scene played out. But I love every bit of it because Rengoku is just such this, like you said, he's this, first of all, himbo. Big himbo.
Oh, yeah, big himbo energy.
Love a courageous, lovable himbo. But also, he's very serious, but he has this emotional IQ also that I like because he's multifaceted. That's what I'm trying to get at, because there's many sides to him. But like when he first died and like I was talking to people about Demon Slayer, a lot of people were angry about it because like, no, they killed him off for no reason. I'm like, honestly, it makes sense why he died for many reasons, because his whole speech even to Tanjiro about him dying is because he's like, yes, people like me have to make room for people like you So my
God.
past, like he acknowledges that like
Yeah.
I would have died someday, and you will have to carry on the mantle. Like you'll have to carry on for me and carry
Yeah.
on the mission until it's complete. And it's like there's that part, but then it's him saying that like I promise that no one here will die today. And he
Yeah.
kept that promise. He made sure that not a single person died. And when people want to complain and say like, "Oh, it doesn't make any sense why he died," I'm like, it makes a lot of sense that he died because he extended half of his strength to save everyone. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and like to go and then fight. Like, I think this demon is the third moon.
Yeah.
So
Third
that's
moon.
yeah. So he's the third
The
most
third upper
powerful.
moon. Yeah.
Yeah, the third most powerful demon, third to Muzen. That's something. That's like
Yeah.
really something, especially for people who know when you get deeper into the series, compared to all the other demons that Tanjiro's faced. It's like, yeah, no, that demon could have easily killed everyone there. But the fact
Yeah.
that Rengoku was able to hold him off, and the fact that Rengoku is dying and able to hold him
Yeah.
and just trying to keep him in the sun was like, God damn. Like this man is
There's
amazing.
there's something powerful about watching a character, because like I think what you said is a really good point. Like he didn't have to die, but he died with purpose and meaning, because
Mm-hmm.
there's something for me important about when you watch death in a series, or you read it, when a character gets to essentially choose. So they choose to be the person to, as much as the demon killed him, he knew going into it that he was going to die.
Yeah.
He had accepted that that was how things were going to go, but
Mm-hmm.
he was dedicated to what he needed to do, that he kept on. And that is something for me in fiction that I think is very powerful, because I think so much of what we do as humans and the choices we make choices to keep ourselves from harm. And it's self-preservation, but like there are people who exist who are selfless enough to say that's not my first priority. My first priority is X. It's my belief, it's my ideal, it's saving other people. And when you have heroes like that, because that's what Rengoku is, he's a hero,
Mm-hmm.
that is what makes him interesting. And it's also what makes you know that there is no safety, and that makes them that more impactful.
Yeah. You know, that part, really that part. Like there is no safety because it's the fact that like it really hits, I think, Tanjiro and the other and his comrades of just like, if Rengoku couldn't beat him, what chance do we stand of ever taking down Muzan? And it's like you can choose to just live in despair and thinking that the demons will always win, but like it's that moment where Tanjiro, right? The fact that Tanjiro is like literally like about to pass out and like sprints after the demon and then
Yo,
and
his
launches that sword at his
that like javelin throw through his chest, and like
yes.
the pure oh shit on that demon's face.
Mm-hmm. And it's like Tanjiro don't got no more cares to give, because he's just like, no, you are a coward. We fight you on your turf every night. We're in the darkness. We come to you. You won't come into the light and fight us. Granted, because demons will literally die if they hit sunlight. But at the same time, Tanjiro makes a very, very powerful point. So it's like in that moment, Tanjiro could have just given into despair. I mean, and he does allow himself to grieve. But it's also like he could have been like, if Rengoku died, what purpose, like what hope do I have? But instead, our boy decides to run after this demon that just killed the man that would have been his master, and decides to throw his sword through his chest. And I'm just like, that, I don't know, I find that very inspiring, and it's like another one of those reasons why I love this series, because they always touch on these very key things about like when we talk about, they always compare the demons and the humans, and they're
Yeah.
always going to keep having this conversation of like the demons will be like, you know, you could live forever if you become a demon, and you could give up this, and you could sharpen your skills, and you could go on. What's the point of being a human? You'll get old and die one day. But it's like Rengoku talking back to the demons saying like, we humans are better, essentially
Yeah.
saying humans are better than demons because we care, because we have
Yeah.
souls, because we have compassion,
And
and
oh,
that's
go ahead.
important. Oh no, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say.
Well, and I think that like that's beautifully set when what's his name? Ubiyashiki in the beginning, he says no matter how often we're beaten down, in the end we'll rise up and fight again. And
Mm-hmm.
it is one of those things where like he's walking through a graveyard of demon slayers, and it's kind of like I feel like this is the ultimate understanding that like a demon slayer is an underdog. They're
Mm-hmm.
powerful, but they will always be at a disadvantage. And when he says that, he doesn't necessarily mean that like, oh yeah, Tanjiro got injured, now he's gonna get up and fight again. He's like, no, these people die
Yeah.
and new people come take their place, and that is why we're going to win in the long run,
Mm-hmm.
because we're doing this for something more.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things that like I don't know. I guess it's one of those things where like in the year that 2020 was and in the year that 2021 is fucking shaping up to be,
Yeah.
everything about this movie and everything about Rengoku's last words to Tanjiro just hit. Like the moment he started talking, I was a mess. And
Mm-hmm.
his the quote from the movie, it's translated different in the manga because that always happens, but the
Mm-hmm.
quote from the dub is if you're feeling disheartened and you're somehow not enough, that if you are feeling disheartened that you are somehow not enough, set your heart ablaze. Dry your eyes and look ahead. You may feel like digging your heels in, but the flow of time waits for no one. It won't patiently stand by as you grieve. And I think for a lot of us and for me, like I missed 3 funerals because of COVID. Um
Mm-hmm.
Grief is something that we all know
Right.
really big right now, whether it's grief for people, grief for our lives as they used to be, whatever it is. You need someone to tell you that you can feel your grief, but you also have to keep moving because nothing else is gonna stop.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's really beautiful, not only that Rengoku says this, but also that when Tanjiro, and this is something that I love that the series does, is Demon Slayer allows Tanjiro to feel things. It
Mm-hmm.
allows him to get so viscerally angry. It allows him to feel sadness, and like that's not something that you always get, because like I love perfect cinnamon roll Deku, but I
Right.
can't say that in like the 300 chapters that we have read we've seen him angry. We've seen
Right.
him hurt and we've seen him empathetic, but Tanjiro, especially here, we see him angry when he throws his sword. We see him angry when
Mm-hmm.
the I think is Nemu, what's his name?
I think.
What's
Nem-
the hold on, I have it right here. I thought I had it right here. No, I did not. I don't know. Whatever the hell Sleep Demon Man's name is, with the weird Jujutsu Kaisen hand thing that
Demon
pops off.
Slayer. Demon Slayer Hisoka is what I'm going to call him.
Yes, yeah, Demon Slayer Hisoka. I want to know if that's the same voice actor.
I
Honestly,
don't know. I don't know. He definitely sounded like Hisoka to me, and I was just like, I don't know.
Hisoka part D. Um, um, he essentially, instead of sending Tanjiro into a dream that's beautiful, he sends him into one where his family is trying to guilt him into staying. And when he comes
Yes.
out of it, he yells, "Don't you dare put words in their mouths." And it's this anger that isn't coming from a place of I need to save everybody on this train. In that moment, he is attacking that demon because that demon just like disgraced the memory of his family and he wants to cut his head off. It is
Yeah.
very personal. And that's the like beautiful thing about it for me, because when you have this intense emotion, it brings you to when Rengoku dies and he's crying, and you have Inosuke come up and be like, shut up, like, get up. He just said he was proud of you. You know, like you, like we have everything we need. He like, and like having like Inosuke's both Inosuke and Zagetsu,
Zenitsu.
Zenitsu,
Mhm.
they're both annoying. But like having Inosuke who is this like Inosuke, a boar-headed child in a boar's head.
Okay, let's be honest. He is what would have happened to Bakugo if Bakugo was raised in the wild as well.
That's fair. You're not wrong.
I'm just saying, I would like
That's
to
fair.
see
And
a
I think that
screaming
that's
match.
why I like him. But like they can get a little bit annoying, but I like that they gave him the chance to be that friend, because we all need that friend to be like, okay, I get it, you're sad. That's important. But also, did you not just hear where the man was like, he believes in us and we're the future? Like, it's not all lost. Like, yes, things feel like it's lost right now. And yes, you don't know everything you need to know right now. But Rengoku believed that we could get there. And I think that that's like one of like the really strong pieces of this movie too, is just that friendship piece and the piece of pushing other people.
Yes, because I think I've noted it a few times when I've written the reviews for the website. It's just like one of my favorite things is that the iron sharpens iron. Like the mangaka, the creator, they take it very seriously when it comes to this series because it, Tanjiro Tanjiro knows the importance of having his friends. He's not the typical MC who's going to he's not going to go on his own to go fight Mugen because he knows how stupid that is. He truly understands that he cannot do it alone, but it's also just that he needs to hear, and he needs to have a friend like Inosuke and like Zenitsu and all of them to like kind of be there to keep him grounded and to remind him that like you're not alone. Like we are here to help you, and he does believe in you. Like we will get there one day, to keep him grounded. But it's I also found it hilarious that and maybe I need to reread the arc, but it's hilarious that Inosuke's dream literally tells you that he figured out who the villain was the entire time.
Yes. It was because he was Yep, it was the train.
I just want to reread so much now and pay more attention to him, because I'm like, wait, because the fascinating thing about him and his powers is that like I feel like a lot of his stuff is instinct. But it's just like, wow, he literally called the plot of this movie. But oh my gosh, so good. Oh, one other thing I did want to talk about, since we're talking about all this emotional stuff, there's a scene where when Goku goes and he's in his dream, and he has this flashback where he goes and tells his father about becoming the Flame Hashira, and how he basically is basically reliving how his father says, "You're nothing special. That doesn't matter." And then his little brother comes up to him, and it's just like it reminded me. I love how this was written, because it would have been so easy for the creator to be like, "No, Rengoku's going to be the type of character that protects his little brother from like the unfortunate emotional letdowns in this world." But no. Instead, Rengoku is very real about the fact of like, unfortunately, our father isn't the man that he used to be, and he's not proud of me. But I am still proud of myself. And it's just like he has this whole like heart to heart with his brother, but he doesn't apologize. It's like it's very powerful to see him, one, not apologize for his father, but like to be very emotionally honest with his little brother. And I don't know. And maybe it's because I'm just so used to like shonen where people will lie to a
Yeah.
child instead.
Well, no, I mean it's true though. Like, how many times like do we tell people we love in general stuff because we don't want to make them sad or we think that they can't handle it, and it especially happens with kids. And I think you're completely right. Like, the fact that he is doing more good for his brother by saying, "Dad isn't proud of me. He probably won't be proud of you, but I'm proud of you."
Right.
And that's the important thing. Like,
Mhm.
that type of bonding is something that is just really good. And also, like, I think I really love Demon Slayer because of the way that Kodagai writes um siblings, and like the different ways that siblings protect each other, and
Mhm.
like, and I think the fact that like Nezuko and Tanjiro are like such a focus, like getting to see Rengoku and his little brother,
Mhm.
it kind of hits in a different way, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
um
I just love it. I love all the siblings in Demon Slayer, but like I just can't wait for you to catch up in the manga. But also, I can't wait for the anime to catch up, because then that's when I feel like everybody else can like appreciate some more stuff, and then we can all be excited about where everything else is going. But um after I wanted to bring up something you had said about the film, um just how what was it that you had said when we were talking about after you saw it, just like if more anime did this with their films, with these
yes, yeah.
arcs.
Yeah. So I think that like one of the really important things, or because we've talked about like the emotional impact, obviously the action sequences are
Mhm.
gorgeous. If you've seen
Awesome.
the anime, you know how beautiful they are. But I think the biggest impact of this film is that it shows that you can just adapt an arc into a 2-hour movie and you can do it so much better. Because
Mhm.
like when you have anime and you have a season count to hit or an episode count to hit, we end up with inflated arcs all the time. I mean, it's the running joke with shonen. You have a fight that lasts, 5 episodes, and it's, I hope that everybody takes note of the success of Demon Slayer, because
Mhm.
in Japan it broke every record, every theater record. In the US, Demon Slayer is the highest grossing international movie of all time.
Mm.
Um it it has succeeded in a way that a lot of people did not think an R-rated anime movie could succeed. It's also one
Mhm.
of the first R-rated shonens.
It deserved the
Like,
R. It
oh, it
definitely
did
just
deserve the R.
yeah, because we were saying, I was just like, after we saw it, we were just like, I wonder why it got an R, and then it was just like, oh, I see why it got an R. Oof.
But I think, and I think the reason that it did it, and if you follow me on Twitter, I've been talking about it a lot.
Mhm.
It's like the perfect storm. The pandemic has, one, made people really excited right now that we're all getting vaccinated, we can go to the movies, but two,
Mhm.
manga sales are at an all-time high. Demon Slayer is one of the highest selling manga. You can't get all the volumes because they're sold out.
Yep.
Printers in the US are having to literally work overtime, and there's like a Right Stuff video that explained it, where they're not turning off the print machines because they can't keep up with manga demand. And so you have this entire like new weeb army coming forth. And then you have season 2 of the anime happening, and you have a movie that is canon. So like you kind of have to go see this movie.
Yeah.
So it's everything that pulls it together in a way that makes it just a perfect experience. And I think that when you can do that with your series, like that, it sets a new standard, and
It
it's one that I want to
does.
see. Like, I'm not saying that I'm not excited for the third My Hero movie, but like
Mhm.
now we know that My Hero is ending, like I think on volume 32 or something, or 31. Like, it's coming soon.
Mhm.
Like, we're in the final arc now.
Yeah.
And like, okay, we're gonna get a third movie when there's like one season left, and it's probably not gonna be canon. And like, I'm excited for it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm probably gonna scream, all different ways about how much I love it or whatever, but
Right.
it's different. It's
Mm-hmm.
not something that like is a part of something else in the same way. So I'd
Right.
be really interested to see how well the My Hero movie does
Mm-hmm.
when it comes out later this year. Um
Yeah, that would be impressive to compare it against this one, just because, like, for all the reasons you said, like, this was definitely a perfect storm for Demon Slayer, I think. But it's kind of like almost the reverse of what Marvel is doing with these Disney Plus shows, in my opinion. It's like with these miniseries like WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, you're getting all this character development that for these side characters that you would not be getting in the move that you did not get in the previous movie. So now you're getting a chance to build that in the miniseries, which is great. But with like Demon Slayer with the Mugen Train movie, it's more like, hey, instead of making making this arc 8 episodes long, let's just make it a movie. Which I gotta say, I love that idea. That doesn't mean every arc needs to be a movie, but I feel like Mugen Train deserved to be a movie, given how impactful the story is,
mhm.
and how well paced out the story for the arc is. I would think that the next, like season 2, you don't need to do that with any of the arcs moving forward because they're much shorter, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
you were going to say something?
No, I was gonna say, low key, I would love to have a villains movie for My Hero, where it's just
Mm,
that villains arc where we're at the
no,
Paranormal Liberation Society, and
yes.
it's just where we're seeing the villains, and we don't even have any chapters for the heroes. Just give me that, like Shigaraki's backstory, all that good
Yep,
shit.
yep.
Put that in a movie.
True.
Give me a concise storytelling. Give me 2 hour block of this, because when you like, because I feel what they're gonna do is they're either gonna give us 2 episodes on it and cut
Yeah.
it real short, or they're gonna try to extend it over like half a season to go into the big the big like Shigaraki showdown arc. Because, and that's one of the things that makes me really worried for season 5, because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of stuff happens in the manga, and the way the My Hero anime adapts things is really fast.
Yeah.
It really bunches stuff together. So I'm curious as to what's gonna happen, but like give me a like give me the villains arc as a movie.
That would honestly be the best move for them, because like what I've noticed having now watched all of One Piece is that One Piece even went back and did that with some of their bigger arcs and just made OVAs of like a full arc of like the East Blue arc is just literally a summary of what happens in that arc. And as you know, One Piece arcs are hella long. So it would behoove, yes, I said behoove, it would behoove Horikoshi and them to consider making the villain's arc at least an OVA, or like at least like just like Kate said, make it a movie, make it something that's I don't know. I would like that, because I rather have the full context of the arc than having things cut and not included, because there's a lot of heavy shit that goes on in the villain's arc that I don't want to get cut out. And I'm saying this also maybe because I'm irritated with what happened with Promise Neverland season 2.
I'm happy I have not read the manga,
I'm
and I
glad
don't
you can
even know if I
enjoy it.
want to. I don't even know if I want to watch the
You
anime
can,
though.
if you haven't read the manga, I think you can enjoy it. That's what I've been telling people. I think you can enjoy it still if you haven't read the manga. You can be my test person to you can be my test person to prove that. I feel like from everyone I've talked about it with, they're just like, I don't like it because they changed so much. But I'm like, yeah, I feel like that's the
Are we
problem.
talking like a Full Metal Alchemist first run situation?
Oh girl, yes.
Oh
Like
no.
even worse than that. Just it's not good. We skipped a whole entire arc, left out a bunch of characters, skipped a lot. Never mind. I don't want to go into spoilers. I've just in my brain, Promise Neverland ended in season 1, and that's it. Um, but anyways, Yes, I'm with Kate. We need more of these arcs because I don't think we need to sit through 12 episodes of one fight anymore. We have advanced beyond that as an anime culture. But we'll see what happens. I would love to see that people take note of this though, because I think it would be really good.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree too. And I want to see more of this, and I want this to really. I think that I saw somebody compare Demon Slayer to, oh, well, Your Name didn't even have something this big. I was like, okay, yes, Your Name was a phenomenon. Yes,
Right.
Weathering with You is great. Yes, Studio Ghibli exists, but like, it's not the same. Those are one off movies that you go and you enjoy. Demon Slayer has an entire fandom and is the top selling manga.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's
not the
like
same thing.
that's not the same thing at all. Like you have an
Yeah.
entire franchise. Like you said, Your Name is a singular movie.
Yeah.
Like who I can't.
It was a dumb
That's a
it was
dumb take.
it was a critic, like a film Twitter critic who doesn't know.
Anime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I think so. What I'm hoping that this does is not even just My Hero, but like we see it in other shonen that's coming out. Like
Mm-hmm.
finding out how to make the most out of your episodes and the storytelling by utilizing films as a medium, because they're viable. People will come out and see them, build the hype,
Mm-hmm.
make it canon, and fill the seats.
I mean, we did kind of say that about Super Bowl, Dragon Ball Super Bowl. Wow,
Super
I can't say
Broly, yep.
Super Brawly. Why am I saying Super Bowl? Wow, but yes, Brawly, because I'm like they left it almost canon enough where it's like, oh, they could totally bring him in, but it's not canon. But it's like, ooh, they left it to a point where it's like they could bring him in if Dragon Ball Super came back. So I'm like, yeah, no, do more of that, but make things canon in the films when you can. Like even Heroes Rising, we were like, is it canon or is it not canon?
Yep.
Which like we can't even go into all of that.
Yeah.
But I think that's it. Any other thoughts? I know we talked a lot about emotions and characters and the himbo. um
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's really all I have.
mhm.
I'm excited to see what happens next and where everything goes, and just I don't know. I'm excited for Demon Slayer, and I'm happy to be here now.
Mhm.
I live here now, guys. I do go here.
She goes to the school of Demon Slayer. We did it, guys. We did it, Joe. We did it.
Oh God. Oh.
What's next? One Piece? Come on.
Ma'am,
Just one arc.
ma'am,
Just one arc.
I don't got no time for that, like at
Lupin,
all.
then Lupin the Third.
I don't like the animation.
You can watch the updated ones.
Mm.
I'm gonna win you
Oh.
over one of these damn days.
Where do they have all of Lupin like listed?
You're probably gonna find all of it mostly on Crunchyroll.
Okay.
But that's a discussion for another day. Now I'll just have to work on getting you to watch Lupin, since One Piece will never happen. But anyways, you want to tell them where they can find us, Kate?
Yeah, you can find us online at DYHT_pod on Twitter. And you can find me at Randier on Instagram, where I do all my manga stuff, and on Twitter, where I also do manga stuff, but also talk about butts. But most importantly, if you want to support us, head on over to patreon.com/but why though. That was a burp. That's patreon.com/BUTWHYTHO, because Neysha and I talk about smutty, trashy manga. For $1, you can get that. For $10, you get to see our faces unedited, recording
Oof.
everything live.
Usually no makeup.
Once a month.
Honestly, No makeup. Just
And
vibes.
many interruptions, like my mother calling me in the middle of us talking about penis size. Because that happens.
That was funny.
So come join us in the trash over there. Neysha?
Yeah, y'all can find me at Neysha Plays on Instagram and on Twitter, where I don't know what I do on there no more. Oh yeah, I should be doing cosplay, but I'm gonna get back into it eventually. But anyways, after listening to this episode, will you guys give Demon Slayer a try? Do you guys prefer to call it Demon Slayer I can't even say it. Kate, you say it.
Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba?
Good job. I can't. I'm tired.
I had to think real hard.
I have to think every time I have to say it. And would y'all consider Rengoku to be the best man ever? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we do. Find out next time on Did You Have To? Bye.
Did You Have To is co-produced by Kate Sanchez and Lanisha Campbell. Our intro is done by Dr. Emery Stephen Daniel. And our outro and intro music is by Benjamin Tissot, aka Ben Sound.